Greetings from the temple of Queen Hatshepsut in Djeser Djeseru, Holy of Holies. Instead of bringing you Egyptian history from 5000 BC to 500 AD, we're visiting two mortuary temples of Pharaoh Ramses III and Hatshepsut, and a palace. Everyone in location here in ancient Egypt has been wonderful to us, and we're happy to report that the temple of Queen Hatshepsut's restoration is moving along very well. Queen Hatshepsut's name had been obliterated from history, but now she has been vindicated as a beloved Pharaoh of Egypt. Her history was rewritten, her tomb found in the Valley of the Kings, and this temple is the work of Hatshepsut, who lovingly works to restore Queen Hatshepsut's temple and tell her story. The queen is aspected here in Osiris dress, preparing for the afterlife. The Egyptians believed in immortality. Also, the chapel of Anubis, god of the afterlife, and Sunray, the most important of the Egyptian gods, the personification of this midday sun. Hathor is also seen as the embodiment of the sky, the celestial cow. Hathor represents the living queen. Much speculation and confusion surrounded the life of Queen Hatshepsut, but she was one of the most successful of all the 3,000 years of pharaohs. The mortuary temple of Hatshepsut is one of the most beautiful temples, and it sits directly against the rock, which forms an amphitheater around it. It seems to grow out of the living rock. We are seeing the restoration also of Hatshepsut's expedition ship. We have been granted permission to see the ship while it's being built and allowed to film the temple of the queen to show the Punt colonnade, the expedition that the ship went on to the land of Punt. It was obviously a great success, and the depictions commemorate it. The people of Punt welcomed the queen in friendship, and no fighting was necessary. They returned to their boats carrying all kinds of exotic and precious items, including the fragrant myrrh trees that are planted at the entrance of the temple. At the temple of King Ramses III in Medinet Habu, we see the chapels of Nephthys, Hathor, and Anubis, god of the underworld. Now, news flash from AFN News reports that the murderer of Pharaoh Ramses III may have been found. The assassin who murdered Ramses III was in fact the screaming mummy, his son Prince Pentawere. The screaming mummy was forced to hang himself in a bloodless suicide as a deemed punishment to purge him of the sin and to prepare him for the afterlife. Prince Pentawere and his mother are suspected in a murder mystery whodunit from 3,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. The spirit of the murdered Pharaoh Ramses III speaks from the dead in time to bring you this end of days video. We are permitted to film the inner sanctum of the temple of Ramses III, where the god Amun-Ra is the hidden one. He is the driving force, the god of wind and the ruler of air, and in his innermost sanctum only persons of the priesthood are allowed. We are honored to have been here during the discovery of Pharaoh Ramses III murderer and to reveal the secret from his tomb. He was in fact murdered by the screaming mummy, his son. But the plotters failed to derail the line of succession because Ramses was succeeded by his chosen heir and his son Amun-Hirkopshef. Hatshepsut was discovered in 2007, and her mummy now lives along with Ramses III and the other pharaohs in the Cairo Museum. Reporting from ancient Egypt, Simonetta Martella II. Thank you.